What up, you guys? It's a little dark in here because I'm actually in my buddy's garage right now. But, oh, fuck. There we go. But I wanted to make this video because I'm going to be doing an oil change on his, I believe it's a 2007 Pontiac Vibe. It's a Pontiac Vibe. I just don't remember the year. It's either 2007, 2006, one of those two. But we're going to do an oil change, and I was like, you know what? This will be a perfect opportunity. You know, it's something simple. Oil changes are very easy. But like I said, if anybody ever came across this video and was wondering how to do an oil change on their Vibe, well, I will show you guys. So, let's go. Yeah, so we got his Pontiac Vibe here. But yeah, let's get this hood open. Cool. Alright, get this hood open real quick. I don't have my phone stand, so I'll probably have to set you guys down every once in a while. But got that little hood prop that barely works. That good old VVTR 16 valve. But yeah, first of all, we are gonna go ahead and take this oil cap off. I should see if he has any gloves, because I think he does. I left all mine at home. But I usually just like to take that oil cap off so when you drain it, just all comes out a little easier. But yeah. And luckily, my buddy did have gloves, because usually I bring mine, but another thing that I forgot at home. But let's get under the car, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what we're doing here. All right, so we're going to get this bad boy jacked up, get the jack and the jack stand. I just like to jack this one side up just to give me a little bit more room to get under the car. So as you can see, a lot of the pinch weld is rusted out. So usually when it's rusted out, I like to use some metal part on the frame. Right here is a metal part right here. Make sure you don't go on like any of this, because that is part of the floor. And usually they'll go, but yeah. And then usually I just find like a little spot on the control arm that I can set the jack stand just to lower it down. This it's kind of annoying because his garage is kind of at a slant a little bit, so it does make it a little risky. So I like to make sure to, well, I mean, you should always be using jack stands when you lift a car in general, but specifically definitely using it this time to make sure that this does not go rolling back. And you can also use like chucks and stuff behind the tires, which I probably should have, but I forgot to bring with me. So we're just gonna work with this today. All right, so now we are under the car. So it's gonna be a little hard to show you guys, but basically we got oil pan here, as you can see, like scraped up. You can kind of see up here, this is where the oil filter is at. It's a little bit up, and then right here is the drain plug. So usually what I like to do is like crack the drain plug open, let that oil out, and then I'll start working on the filter, kind of let that drain out and everything. And yeah. Funny, because I basically got these like, well, on the other side, they're like pink piss pads that they use in like healthcare. Because if you know, I work at my healthcare job. But yeah, so there's like these piss pad things or whatever that you can use, but we always used to just go through them at work or whatever. So I was like, you know what? These are an awesome thing to lay down on when I'm laying on the ground and stuff. I also have cleaner ones. These were a little dirty, but I don't care. But all right, so got our handy dandy flex head ratchet here, good old Harbor Freight. I got an extension based on the type of oil filter that he has. He has one of the, I don't know if they like the, the canister kind. So basically, this grips around that when you tighten it, or basically go to loosen it, it'll tighten around the oil filter and take it off. So just a little handy dandy tool. And then we got a 14 for the drain plug and everything. So yeah, let's get this draining. Put that 14 around the drain plug there. Gonna crack that open. Ugh. So then, I know there's tools out there that like, I wanna get one. It's like a little magnet that goes on there that like pulls the drain plug off. But yeah, we don't have that, so there you go. Let that oil drain. I usually like to set the drain plug out the way. Make sure it doesn't get dirty or anything. Now you can see that that is draining into our handy dandy oil pan there. And now we're gonna go ahead and get this filter off. So now we're gonna take our socket off of there. We're gonna put our long ass extension on there, just like so. You put this right on there, and then you're gonna put this up here into the oil filter. Sorry guys, I'm on the ground, so bear with me. But yeah, you'll start to feel it break loose. Once it does, you should be able to untighten it with your hand after a few turns. Make sure you don't take it out too fast, because oil will start pouring out of there. So usually I like to wait until the oil is draining out of here, is basically done. I'll let it dribble a little bit. Luckily, my oil pan is big enough to kind of fit over both, so I'll just kind of slide this over like so. And then I'll come up here, make sure this is all out the way. I usually untwist it a little bit. You'll see oil start dribbling out of there, so usually I like to let that drain out. I've seen people use like the screwdriver and slam it under there. I don't know. I have done that before, but in this situation, I just kind of let it drain out a little bit. And then, I don't know, I just done so many oil changes, it's not really too bad for me to just untwist it and everything and get it out of there. So once it kind of stops dribbling, I'll untouch it. And be careful, because there'll be oil. If the car has just been running, it'll also be hot. So good idea to let the car cool down before you do an oil change. But I don't know, I like to leave it a little warm so that the oil kind of runs out of there a little easier and stuff. So I just like to do it carefully so it doesn't make a big mess. And then there you go. So there's the old oil filter coming on out. Oh, we got a new filter here. He got all the parts. I don't know what brand this is. I don't know if I can, I don't know. But anyway, so one thing that you want to double check is, so this gasket on here, usually some brands will like have them pre-lubricated, but usually not. You can see that this one's pretty dry. But you also want to make sure that on the old one that the gasket is in fact on there. So, because sometimes what will happen is that gasket will get stuck to the motor end, and then you'll put the new filter on without realizing that that gasket is still up there, and it will start pissing out oil. So, but we're gonna lubricate this up. Usually I just grab some of the old oil, or, I'll just get like a little glob on my finger, and I'll just go around the edge and just kind of make sure that's all lubricated and everything. So let's do that. So usually I'll just kind of grab some from in here, just a little dollop. And then, yeah, you're just gonna come over here. I usually like to use my finger. Sorry, it's a little hard for me to do while I'm like looking at the camera. But yeah, you just want to make sure this is nice and lubricated. Just so when you twist it on, it just makes sure that there's no damage on the gasket from going on dry. So you don't need a lot, just a little bit. And yeah, just twist. We're gonna go ahead and put this back up in there. All right, so now I'm just gonna push this back out the way. So when you're twisting these on, you do not need to crank it down with a tool. When it comes to these style filters, all you need to do is hand tight. There's different styles where you'll have to put it back on with a tool. But yeah, you can just kind of do your research and see. I'll have to show you guys an example of me doing a filter on my my RAV, because mine's one of those ones where you need to put it back on with a tool, not just. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so there we go. I just tighten on as hard as I can with your hand. Make sure that you do get on there pretty good and twist pretty tight. Make sure it's nice and tight on there. Then, yeah. Then you're gonna take your drain plug, put that back in, grab your ratchet, put that 14 back on. Right, so now you can see that the new filter is up in there. Drain plug is now. I like to usually I have some brake clean or something, but again, I'm at my buddy's house, I'm not at my place, so I just have some paper towels to kind of wipe everything up for the most part, get it pretty clean, and then we're gonna fill her up with oil. All right, so time to fill her up again. I have this like little mini funnel. It's the best I got right now with me at my buddy's house. But also, not sponsored, but this Lucas oil stabilizer, I have been using this, like any car that I've had that's probably like around at least 75,000 to 100,000 miles, I will start putting this in here. This definitely has well over the mileage, but this stuff works super well. Like, and it's 1 quart. So what I end up doing is I'll end up putting about like, cause this car takes about 4.4 quarts. So if you take the 1 quart off of there, you put 3.4 of regular oil in there, and then put this whole bottle in there. So it does take a while. Sometimes people like to like set it here and like heat it up and stuff to make it go in a little faster. But yeah, let's put this in here, and then we're gonna fill it up with regular oil too. Once I go to fill up the oil as well, I'm probably not going to record that just because I don't want to make a huge mess. I kind of want to use both my hands. Hopefully, we'll get a camera soon where I can kind of just be a little hands-free and kind of show you guys with that. But for now, we're working with what we got, all right? We got her all filled up. Make sure you put that cap back on. We're going to get it off the jack stand and lower it back down. All right, now I got jack stand out of there, we can lower it. Go light, guys, go light. Don't be like me. Pull that on out of there. And now last thing to do is just start her up. Make sure she's sounding good, and then make sure you double check the oil level after you are done. So let's do that. Lastly, let's go ahead and start this thing up. Make sure it sounds all good. Make sure the oil's not pissing out of there. Cool. Usually like to come out, make sure it's sounding all good. Usually like look under and make sure it's not pissing oil. And after that, let it run for a little bit. We're gonna shut it off, check the dipstick, make sure it's all good, and we'll be all ready to go. All right, we'll come and shut it off. And we'll go check the dipstick. Y'all, so my phone literally died the moment I had shut off the car to check the dipstick, but we did check the dipstick. Everything was good and running good and nothing leaking. So yeah, thank y'all for checking us out. That's just basically a little oil change. I just wanted to show you guys nothing crazy, pretty basic on those cars and everything. And so that's it for today's video, y'all. I hope y'all, it was just me today, not the whole group. So hope y'all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.